Now, now we have to discuss the experiment number 9, that is the estimation of the zinc. In the last experiment number 7, we have discussed the estimation of the copper. Similar way, we have to estimate the zinc. There was a iodometric titration. Here, the complexometric titration is there. That is the difference between these things is there. You can take the zinc, or whatever the zinc ions are present, that will titrated against a standard complexing agent like the ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. In short, it is called as the ADTA. Using a suitable dye as an indicator, which forms an indicator metal complex when ADTA consumes all the metal ions of the indicator complex. The next drop of the ADTA reacts with the indicator and liberates the original dye, which has a very distinct color showing the end point. pH being an important factor should be maintained very accurately with the help of the buffer solution. Then requirement, or say you can see the apparatus and required things are there. Zinc 2 plus salt should be there. Concentrated H2SO4 buffer solution, 0.02 molar EDTA solution should be there. Then 2% EBT indicator should be there. Distilled water, 100 cm cube standard measuring glass should be there. Then the 100 cm cube, 150 cm cube beaker should be there. Then the burette, 10 cm cube pipette, etc. In the procedure, you can see we have to weigh the accurately about the 0.4 to 0.6 gram of this particular zinc salt, transfer it into the beaker. Then we have to add about 25 to 30 cm of distilled water and concentrated H2SO4 few drops to get the clear solution. Transfer the solution in the 100 cm cube standard measuring flask. Then we have to wash the beaker twice with the 5 cm cube of the distilled water each time and transfer washing into the same measuring flask. Then dilute the solution with the distilled water up to the mark and shake well for uniform mixing. After rinsing, fill up the burette with 0.2 molar EDTA solution. Pipette out the 10 cm cube of this solution. Which solution? Salt solution, zinc 2 plus solution in the conical flask and add about 1 test tube of the distilled water. Add 5 cm cube of the buffer solution and few drops, or say 2 to 4 drops or pinch of the 2% EBT indicator. Shake well and titrate the solution slowly against the EDTA solution from the burette. End point will be from wine red to blue color. In the observation part, reaction is very much important. You have to write the reaction. Zinc will react with this particular EDTA by forming the zinc EDTA complex. Na will be liberated, sodium will be liberated. Then observation, solution in the burette, solution in the conical flask, indicator, and the end point that you have to write. In solution in the burette, you will nothing but a 0.02 molar EDTA solution. Whereas the solution in the conical flask will nothing but the 10 cm cube of the dilute solution, 1 test tube of the distilled water plus 2 to 5 cm cube of the buffer solution. Then the indicator. Indicator will be the EBT, Erichrome black tea. Then endpoint will be from wine red to blue color. Then you have to write these readings, initial, final difference. Then first, second, third. On the above this first, second, third, here you have to mention 1, 2, 3 is there. At that position, you have to mention the burette readings in cm cube, first, second, third. Okay. Then if the two readings are constant, then we are writing in the third column as a CBR. If all these three readings are different, then we will write at it as a MBR, mean burette reading. We have to take the mean of all these three readings. This is about the observation table. Then the calculation. Very simple calculation is there again. 10 cm cube of this diluted solution required x cm cube of 0.02 molar EDTA solution. Therefore, 100 cm cube of diluted solution will require 10x cm cube of this particular EDTA solution. One standard relation is given. 1000 cm cube of the 1 molar EDTA corresponds to the 65.4 gram of the zinc. By using this standard relation, we can calculate the amount of the zinc present in the given sample. That is a 10x cm cube of the 0.02 molar ADTA will corresponds to, we have to cross multiply 65.4 into 10 into x is nothing but the burette reading into concentration of the ADTA 0.021 divided by 1000 into that 1, means we can take the only 1000, and after calculating you will get the that amount of the zinc present in the given sample. Finally, we will write the result as 10 cm cube of the diluted solution require this much amount of the 0.02 molar EDTA. Here the reading is a 17.2 is there, I think so, 17.8 is there, and the amount of the zinc 2 plus ions present is nothing but a 0.23 gram. That is a very simple, as earlier we have seen the copper will be estimated iodometrically, whereas the zinc will be estimated by the complexometric titration. Why it is called as a complexometric titration? You can see here that zinc will form the complex with the EDTA, and that's why this titration name it as a complexometric titration. Very simple it is. pH is very much important factor, that's why we are going to add the buffer solution. And here we are using the concentrated H2SO4 is there. Why concentrated H2SO4 we are using? This salt is soluble in the water, though we are using the acid, because whatever the trace amount is there, we have to get the complete clear solution, or whatever the that we can say any moiety is present, including that particular zinc, then that can dissolve in that particular water, and we will get the whole that particular sample solution. For this purpose only we are adding the concentrated H2SO4 in it. Got this point? Very simple it is. That reaction is very much important, that is shown there, zinc 2 plus plus Na2. That this is about the, this is the chemical formula of the EDTA. Na2 C10 N14 O8 N3. This is the ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. It's sodium salt we are taking, that's why Na2 is there. Okay, we are generally taking EDTA is in the sodium salt form. Please go through this experiment, please write, please complete all the experiment in your journal.